Oh shit. Oh
Oh, are we doing it now?
yeah, we're doing it now. Oh god. Fuck you. That shit tastes like a SWAT team. Here we go. Hey everybody, I'm Matt, Community Manager for inXile Entertainment, and we're doing something a little bit different than what we normally do here, which is showing you content from all of our games. Today I am sitting with the developers for Wasteland 3, and I'm joined here with David Rogers, Game Director for Wasteland 3. I've got Calvin Trin, Environment Artist, Alex Kerr, he is the level designer, and then we've got Ping Wang, Senior Network Engineer. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that we are also joined by our folks out in New Orleans, and that would be Todd Mulder, Lead Engineer, Ben Moyes, Senior Level Designer, and Leland Smith, Level Designer, Combat Designer. So guys, thanks very much for joining us here. I'm gonna be asking you some questions as we are eating some increasingly spicy wings. In the beginning here, the answers are probably gonna be just about as easy as whatever comes to your mind is gonna be what we wanna hear. However, as we eat more wings and they get increasingly hot, you guys are gonna actually melt your faces off. All right, I got a question for you, Mr. David Rogers.
Do I need to eat a wing first?
I think you should. Go ahead, everybody, fire them up. Start eating a wing here. Game development is certainly an art form as designs shift and adapt. Can you share a happy accident with us where something ended up better than originally intended with Wasteland 3?
I think a lot of the weird science guns that you see really came out of really letting designers just loose and sort of doing whatever we want, and then we balanced it after the fact. So you run into things like the brain destabilizer or like the frozen ferret launcher. A lot of those come out of just like letting people do literally whatever they want, and then we just pick up the pieces afterwards. Like, okay, so this is cool, and then how does that actually fit into the game? How can we actually balance this and make it, have some freedom when they're designing stuff, and then with the things that make us laugh and the things that really resonate with us, we then just figure out how to make it work and we just keep it going.
So New Orleans, you're up to bat here. This question is for Todd Mulder. What was the biggest challenge to working on the game here? Constructions, floods, hurricanes, or pandemic?
It's got to be the hurricane. The hurricane. When we had to send Matt to California with the Perforce server, I mean, everything else was terrible, right? The flood was terrible. COVID was terrible. But of the most disruptive, it would be the hurricane. And having to wait 2 days while Perforce was in transit.
All right, Calvin.
Yep.
What is your favorite Wasteland 3 environment that you worked on and why? And what was the most difficult to work on?
I think that was probably the first level I was thrown in, and it was the most difficult.
Get that wing action going.
Oh, I gotta eat. I gotta eat.
You know what? This is my first time doing wing traffic, so
Yeah, it's true.
sue me.
Yeah.
All right.
All of us?
Hell yeah, man.
All right. It was just one wing, right?
Just that one wing.
Okay. It's already noticeably spicier.
It is getting spicier.
When I first joined Wasteland 3, I was thrown in the middle of it. And the funny thing was that I was thrown probably the most difficult level I had to work on throughout the entire project when I was working. It was, every player's probably seen it because it's probably like the third level in, and it's downtown. Downtown is a huge hub. There's a ton of NPCs, buildings, and it's actually supposed to be bigger. It's just that we couldn't even fit in so much. But automatically that was my favorite just because it was a challenge. And it was just really fun to see so many things happen in one level.
Alex Kerr.
Hello.
So get that next wing going on here.
Oh, okay. Let me do that.
I know we're starting to get into the pain zone.
Yes, my nose is starting to run. It is quite unpleasant.
What was the most challenging design decision to get implemented in the game?
You know, it's interesting because I feel like there were design decisions where it was a tough call up front because in some cases you're making a decision for things that are going to impact you 2, 3 more years down the line. And I think one thing we did do very well during pre-production and early production was decisions about multiplayer and really committing to what you can and can't do in multiplayer, how multiplayer works, and just from the ground up, every single scene, what is this like with 2 characters? What is this like when the characters drift off here? Every single cutscene. What if your friend goes off and shoots them while they're talking? So I think there were certain things that we committed to and not being wishy-washy on them made for a better game.
So we're going back to the mystical land of Nola. Leland Smith, this one's for you here. What is your favorite piece of combat music in the game?
Okay. I want to say, it's a one. Blood of the Lamb. I think maybe, like, there's a lot of music you get in your game that, like, you hear it so much that you're really ready to be like, oh my God. Like, you hate it. And the cover we got of that never seemed to get old, but I don't think any of the covers we got, like, I think in the office we were waiting for somebody to do that, like, YouTube playlist of the soundtrack that had our covers, and we were like, I think people honestly were playing in the background. We got really lucky with our combat music.
Calvin. As an environment artist helping to bring the post-apocalypse to life, but in a good way, how do you get into your Wasteland headspace? Is there a specific reference material that you look to? Some specific music that opens up that Wasteland creative music in your brain? You go out and build a model of a car, light it on fire, and imagine little plastic people inside screaming for their...
You work out, right?
I don't know if I work out to think of dead, a post-apocalyptic, dying nuclear fallout.
Fair enough.
Zombie flicks, I guess.
Straight up, man.
Yeah.
I'm living through one right now. How you doing? You doing okay? You hanging in there? I'm fine. You're good. Okay. Good.
That's a face of
Alex, you doing okay?
Not really.
No? You look fine. I'm not seeing any sweat on the brow or anything like that.
I'm afraid it's all going to happen at once and be very dramatic.
Well, listen. So far, no crisis has happened. We're not sticking our fingers in our eyes.
Yeah.
All right, Ben, what was your favorite bug that you thought should have been turned into a feature?
Favorite bug that should have been turned into a feature. We had NPCs weren't who shit. Hello. Early on, something went wrong with the spawners in Ranger HQ, and the dogs started multiplying. So many dogs in my scene. I love the dogs.
I think we got that up to 50.
Well, that was the cats. I managed to get the cat. The cats are supposed to be in. The cats are supposed to be in the scene, and there are 50 cats. I thought hard to keep those 50 cats. It keeps going.
Yeah.
Boy, all those 50 cats.
All right.
This one's for you, David.
Oh, okay.
Because you've been giving me the stink eye here. You guys mentioned Steeltown a long time ago in the backer campaign. Why wasn't it in the original release?
Because it barely got off paper. We had this cool idea for Steeltown. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be like robots and like where do all these cars come from? Like Steeltown was there from the beginning, kind of conceptually, to try and explain like where the hell does someone get a radiator from this long after the apocalypse? Like they can't possibly still be working. And then, hold on, adjust my glasses. And so they can't possibly still be working, so there's gotta be a place where all this stuff actually gets built. And so, like, there's some really clever people on the forums who are like, oh my God, this thing's been here forever. And then like, no dude, we like duplicate a guard and called him Steeltown Guard. And we did that in like 20 minutes. And then that's like as far as we got. And then we were like, this is really hard, let's give up. And then we did. And then like a long time later, we were like, hey, we should not give up on that thing we gave up on. And then we were like, okay. And then we just started making Steeltown. And that happened really recently after the game launched. So Steeltown was a lot of work and it didn't actually exist before, but it existed just enough for people to think it did.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it is cool.
Okay, do we got more wings? We got
We got one more wing.
We got one more
We
wing?
got the big boy.
I'm still eating.
Oh, I know. This is the hottest of the hot. Okay.
Okay, hold
I didn't even know this one was
gotta-
going to be in the mix, but you know what?
I got this.
There's an extra dab on this.
Okay, so
There is an extra dab on it.
I've got this bonus wing here. Yay us. First gonna check in with y'all. Ping, how you doing? Okay. We all are, so you know, it is, it is. Alex, how you doing?
Not well.
Not well. You look like you're untouched by the demons.
I think all the pain is on the inside.
Well, my pain is all on the outside. I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right.
Oh, there it goes. Now everything falls apart.
David, how we doing?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
My mouth is doing okay. I'm sweaty. and I'm shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, so my body is like disagreeing on how to process all this.
All right, gents, let's go ahead and get it done.
All right, I'm doing it.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, are we doing it now?
Yeah, we're doing it now. Oh god. Fuck you. That shit tastes like a SWAT team. Here we go.
It's not very good. Let's just say it straight out.
Oh, fuck.
This does not taste good.
Huh?
The other chicken wings tasted good. This is vile.
Oh god, I can't use my chopstick. Alright, you guys want to do this again sometime? Okay, well, I don't know how I'm going to dismount this here, but thanks everybody for checking this out. I hope we got some good morsels of Wasteland information out there, and I'm going to need to drink a shit ton of Pepto-Bismol soon.
Oh, I got some.
Thank you. Oh, god damn it.
Oh, I fucked up.
Bring it to me.
It sucks.
I should have put more.